to change the background. How do I do that? Good morning, Christine. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
I don't hear you.
Hi, how are you? You didn't hear?
Not yet. Are you muted? Let me see. Okay.
Good. Good morning.
Okay, I had you muted. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
No, you're fine. I'm
Can
also
you hear
forgetting to
me?
mute camera. Yes.
Okay. I don't hear you yet. Do I still have you muted?
No.
No,
Yeah. You didn't hear me?
I can't hear you. Are you muted on your end? That might help.
You heard me?
Can you hear me now?
No, I didn't hear you. Yes. No?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all.
Go inside my phone, okay? I will leave the.
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Just wait a minute.
she went away. Did she completely log off?
Hi.
Did you try logging in again?
Yeah, I go from my
I still
phone.
can't hear you.
Oh, really? Why? You didn't hear me?
I still can't hear you.
I don't know where. But I am.
She switched from her computer to her phone, but I still can't hear her.
I'm not.
Make sure she's not muted.
There's no audio. No, it's not muted.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it in the chat window, but I don't hear you.
Yeah.
I don't hear you at all.
Let's check your phone. Your.
Do you want to offer any suggestions, dear? Check your headphone. Oh, I bet I know what it is. I bet I have my volume turned off. Okay, try now.
Yes.
I hear you now. It was mine. Thank you. Sorry. It was
You're
me
fine.
all along. It was
Yeah,
me
you're
all
fine.
along. Okay, you're not muted. I can hear you now.
Yeah. Could I open by my computer? It's
Sure,
better for
absolutely.
me.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me try
Sure.
again. Yes.
Go ahead. So far, it's only you and I, so go right ahead. Do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I have talked with some of my students, but they haven't tried to
Yeah.
sign in yet, so I don't know if I'm going to get them back or not.
Yes. So. Yeah. Could you accept my join?
Okay. There you go. Now you can turn your phone off.
Sorry. Oh, yes. Let me check. You hear me, and I will leave from my phone.
Miss Elsa.
Yes, Miss Elsa.
Yes, I'm here. You can turn your phone off now.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, this God?
I can see you and I can hear you, but I still have your phone hooked up. Let me see
really?
if I can,
Don't worry about it. If she
how do I take her out of the meeting on her phone?
Don't worry about it. Everything.
Okay, it's gone now.
Yes.
Okay, so it's still showing you in here twice. Is your phone still connected to Zoom? Can you close the windows on your phone? On your iPhone, close the window.
Yeah, I closed already.
It's still showing you connected. Oh, and now it's gone. Okay. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, so do you have any questions left over from last week?
There is no any student with me? No.
No? Okay. Well,
Yeah, there is no any student with me, Miss Elsa, only me? It's only me in the level 2 or what?
we're still level 2. Is that what you want?
Hello?
I don't think I understood your question.
Oh, I said, there is no any student with me in the Zoom?
You and I are the only ones on right now. I have tried to contact my other students, but they have not signed into Zoom yet. So I don't know if I'll get other students or not. I think they're uncomfortable with this Zoom teaching.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if I'm going to get them back or not. But there's still you and I, and we'll still keep teaching, okay? So
Yes.
we're up to lesson 7. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
Page 18 in your big book and page 10 in your workbook.
Yeah.
Now, the way I have done this in the past, Christine, and it seems to work really well, is I will read this article to you, and you follow along with me when I read it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to read it one sentence at a time and have you repeat it so that you can read the words and try to say them clearly and learn how to say the words, okay?
Okay.
So we'll start with, first they ask you, do you know what your learning style is? Do you have any idea how you learn best?
No.
No? Well, we'll see some here, and then we'll take a little quiz, and it'll help you to determine what is your best way of learning.
Okay.
So let's read this article, and the title of the article is What is a Learning Style?
Okay.
Some people learn best when they study with classmates. Other people like to study alone. Some people learn how to do things by reading books. Other people learn things best by talking to people. There are many ways to learn new information. These ways of learning are called learning styles. Here are some learning styles.
Yeah.
Visual learners. Visual learners learn best by seeing. They remember new information best when it is in pictures, graphs, and maps. They are also good at spelling and remembering faces.
Yeah.
Auditory learners learn best by talking and listening. They remember information best when they hear it. They have a good ear for language and remember names easily. They are good at discussions and interviewing. They find it difficult to study in noisy places. Kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners learn best by doing things. They like doing projects. They remember new information best if they act it out or role play. They speak with their hands a lot. They find it difficult to sit down and study for long periods. Before we go, and I'll have you repeat it, the reading skill at the bottom is about finding the main idea. Well, we'll mention that again after you read it to me. I'll start by reading everything, and then you just repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
What is a learning style?
What is a learning style?
Some people learn best when they study with classmates.
When they study with classmates.
Other people like to study alone.
Other people like to study alone.
Some people learn how to do things by reading books.
Some people learn how to do things by reading books.
Other people learn things best by talking to people.
Other people learn things best by talking to people.
There are many ways to learn new information.
There are many ways to learn new information.
These ways of learning are called learning styles.
These ways of learning. I'm sorry, your voice has no connection. So.
These ways of learning are called learning styles.
These ways of learning are called learning styles.
Here are some learning styles.
Here are some learning styles.
Visual learners.
Visual learners.
Visual learners learn best by seeing.
Visual learners learn best by seeing.
They remember new information best when it is in pictures, graphs, and maps.
They remember new information best when it is in pictures,
Graphs.
graphs, and maps.
Very good. That PH makes an F sound. They are also good at spelling and remembering faces.
They are also good at spelling and remember
Faces.
faces.
Auditory learners.
Auditory learners.
Auditory learners learn best by talking and listening.
Auditory learners learn best by talking and listening.
They remember information best when they hear it.
They remember information best when they hear it.
They have a good ear for language
They have a good ear for language
and remember names easily.
and remember names easily.
They are good at discussions
They are good at discussions
and interviewing.
and interviewing.
They find it difficult to study in noisy places.
They find it difficult to study in noisy places.
Kinesthetic learners.
Kinesthetic.
That's a difficult word. Kinesthetic. Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic.
Yes.
Kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic learners. Try it again. Kinesthetic learners.
Kinesthetic learners
Learn best by doing things.
learn best by doing things.
They like doing projects.
Hello?
They like doing projects.
They like doing projects.
They remember new information best
They remember new
if they act it out or role play.
if they act it or if they act it out or role play.
Very good. They speak with their hands a lot.
They speak hands a lot.
They find it difficult to sit down
They find it difficult to sit down
and study for long periods.
and study for long periods.
Okay. They want you to read again, but we've already read through it twice. But what they're looking for now is for you to find the main idea. You look at that red and yellow box at the bottom of the page. The main idea is the most important idea in the article. The first paragraph usually tells the main idea. So what do you think is the main idea of this article? Do you think it's people learn best by doing things, people learn in different ways, or people use two learning styles?
Maybe they are learning by visual learners.
It's letter B, people learn in different ways.
Different way.
Yes, they gave you 3 different learning styles.
Yes.
So they learn in different ways.
Yes, different. Okay.
So letter B is the correct answer. If you look over on page 19, there's a learning style quiz, and I'll help you by reading these to you. And you can go ahead, if you have a pencil, and mark the answers that fit you, because this is just for your information. It's not a test. How do you learn new information, and what do you do in these situations?
Okay.
I read the instructions in the user's manual. I ask a friend to explain it to me. Oh, if you got a new phone, you have a new cell phone and you don't know how to use it. I read the instructions in the user's manual. I ask a friend to explain it to me. I play with the phone until I understand how to use it. Which one of those best applies to you, Christine?
I read the instruction in the user's manual.
Okay, so you would mark number 1. I read the instructions in the user's manual. Number 2, you're going to a new restaurant in your neighborhood. You don't know exactly where it is. I look at a map, I call the restaurant and ask for directions, or I start walking until I find it. Which one of those best applies to you, Christine?
I look at the map.
Okay, so mark letter A, the first part, I look at a map. Number 3, you can't remember how to spell a word. I write the word different ways. I choose the way that looks right. I say the word and write the letters as they sound. I use my finger to write the word and decide what feels right.
Actually, I say the word and write the letters as they sound. The second.
So you probably do the second one. That's how I would do that one too. Okay, number 4, you need to memorize a new word. We've seen some new words in this article we read today. So you need to memorize a new word. I draw a picture of the word in my notebook. I close my eyes and say the word over and over again. I say the word as I write it over and over again. So how would you best learn a new word?
I draw a picture. No. I close my eyes and say the word over and over again.
Very good, very good. That's probably what I would do too. So that's very good. So now we're going to look at the quiz. See in letter C in the middle of the page. Look at the quiz. How many responses do you have for each symbol? So look at your answers that you marked. How many of them did you mark the I, the visual learner?
Is 2.
2. So you'd put a 2 on that line. How many did you mark the auditory learner, the ear?
1.
1. And the kinesthetic learner, how many did you?
It's 2 actually.
I was going to say 2. I think it's 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Which is very similar to the way that I would learn, Christine. 2 visual and 2 auditory and no kinesthetic. I'm not much of a kinesthetic learner. I'm much more an auditory or visual learner. So I'm very much like you in the way that I would learn. It says, many people use more than one learning style. For example, a person may learn best by talking and doing. I learn best by visual and auditory. Those are my best learning methods, are visual and auditory.
Yeah.
So very good. Your learning styles are very much like mine. Okay, let's look over at the workbook. And this is another article to read on page 10 in your workbook. And this is about protecting your identity. So this is about identity theft and protecting yourself from letting somebody steal your identity.
Yeah. But Miss Elsa,
yes,
something wrong in the network because your voice is gonna stop and you don't know where it's
I'm having a similar problem, Christine. Dear, our auditory communication is having problems. Is it my computer?
What does it sound like?
It's
garbled?
Not so much garbled, but it's delayed. Is that normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that her mouth moves and you don't hear it till later?
And same thing for me, for her.
Yeah.
Okay. It's normal, Christine. So we just need to, I will try to say fewer words.
Okay.
So you can catch up. Okay?
How much delay?
I don't know, but she's having the same problem I am. I think it's just a problem with Zoom. I might check with Ricky too and see if there's something we can do about it.
Yes.
Our Zoom sessions are being recorded so that people can look at them later and take the class even if they're not here in the class with us.
Yes.
So that might have something to do with it too. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, let's look at protect your identity on page 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read it to you and then I'll read and let you repeat after me. Protect your identity.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Susanna Montoya got a call from a bill collector. The bill collector said she owed $1,200 for an unpaid credit card bill. She was surprised. She didn't have a credit card. Susanna was a victim of identity theft. A thief used her name and social security number to open a credit card account. What is identity theft? Identity theft is when someone uses another person's name and personal information. It is important to protect information such as your name and social security number. Thieves can use this information to get a credit card in your name. They can also borrow money from a bank, rent an apartment, or open a telephone account in your name. When it is time to pay the bill, the thieves won't pay. Then the bill collectors will come looking for you. How does identity theft happen? Thieves can get personal information in many ways. They look through garbage for papers such as bank statements or credit card bills. They steal purses and wallets. They ask for personal information by phone or email, pretending to be from a company you do business with. How can you stop identity theft? In the US, thieves steal the identities of 9 million people every year. But there are ways you can protect yourself. Here are some tips. Don't give out personal information by phone, mail, or email unless you know who you are dealing with. If you move, call your bank and credit card company and change your address. Don't use your social security number as identification. Don't keep your social security card in your purse or wallet. Shred personal documents like credit card receipts, bank statements, and medical papers and bills before you throw them away. Now I'm going to read it one sentence at a time and have you repeat after me, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Protect your identity.
Protect your identity.
Very good. Identity, very good. Last year, Susanna Montoya
Last year, Susanna Montoya
got a call from a bill collector.
got a call from a bill collector.
The bill collector said
The bill collector said
she owed $1,200
she owed $1,200
for an unpaid credit card bill.
for an unpaid credit card bill.
She was surprised.
She was surprised.
She did not have a credit card.
She did not have a credit card.
Susanna was a victim of identity theft.
Susanna was a victim of identity theft.
A thief used her name and social security number
A thief used her name and social security number
to open a credit card account.
to open a credit card account.
What is identity theft?
What is identity theft?
Identity theft is when someone uses
Identity theft is when someone uses
another person's name and personal information.
another person's name,
And personal information.
yeah, and personal
Information.
information.
Very good.
Info-
It is important to protect information.
It is important to protect information
Such as your name and social security number.
such as your name and social security.
Thieves can use this information
Thieves can use this information
to get a credit card in your name.
to get a credit card in your name.
They can also borrow money from a bank. They can also
They can also
borrow money from a bank.
borrow money from a bank,
Rent an apartment,
rent an apartment,
or open a telephone account in your name.
or open
A
account in your name.
Yes, very good. When it is time to pay the bill,
When it is time to pay the bill,
the thieves won't pay.
pay,
The thieves won't pay.
the thieves won't pay.
Very good. Then the bill collectors
Then the bill collectors will come looking for you.
Very good, very good. I didn't even read that part. You did very well. Good job, Christine. How does
I can read, Miss Elsa.
I'm sorry? What did you say?
I can read.
You can read it very well. You can read
Oh,
very
yeah.
well. How does identity theft happen?
How does identity theft happen?
Thieves can get personal information in many ways.
Thieves can get personal information in many ways.
They look through garbage for papers such as bank statements or credit card bills.
They look through garbage for papers such as bank statements or credit card bills.
They steal purses and wallets.
They steal purses and wallets.
They ask for personal information by phone or email.
They ask for personal information by phone or email.
Pretending to be from a company you do business with.
Pretending to be from a company you do business with.
How can you stop identity theft?
How can you stop identity theft?
In the U.S., thieves steal the identities of 9 million people every year.
In the U.S., thieves steal the identities of 9 million people every year.
But there are ways you can protect yourself.
But there are ways you can protect yourself.
Here are some tips.
Here are some tips.
Don't give out personal information by phone or email unless you know who you are dealing with.
Don't give out personal information by phone, mail, or email unless you know who you are dealing with.
Dealing with, yes, dealing with.
Dealing with.
If you move, call your bank and credit card company and change your address.
If you move, call your bank and
Credit card company
and change your address.
Don't use your social security number as identification.
Don't use your social security number as identification.
Don't keep your social security card in your purse or wallet.
Don't keep your social security card in your purse or wallet.
Shred personal documents like credit card receipts, bank statements, medical papers, and bills before you throw them away.
Personal documents like credit card receipt. Shred.
Shred,
like,
yes.
Shred personal documents like credit card receipts,
bank statements,
medical papers, and you throw them away.
Very good, very good. Now we're going to do another check your understanding. And again, we're looking for the main idea. What was the main idea in this article? Was it never give personal information over the phone? Was it?
Identity.
Which letter? A, B, or C? Is it A, B, or C?
Okay, I have to choose. Never give personal information over the phone. It is important to protect your personal information. This can use your personal information to open banking. What is the main idea? Number C?
No, it's letter B.
B?
It is important to protect your personal information.
Yeah.
So the main idea is it is important to protect your personal information, okay?
Yes.
Now it says answer these questions with information from the article. So we're going to refer back to the article.
Okay.
Now what I did, and you can do this too, I took my pencil and I underlined the place in the article where the answer comes from. Okay. So the first question is, what are 4 things that thieves can do with your personal information? So go over to your personal information and find 4 things that thieves can do with your personal information. They can use it, 1, to get a credit card in your name.
Yeah.
I'll give you some time to write it down. Yeah. To get a credit card in your name.
Yeah, they can credit card. And they can rent an apartment.
Rent an apartment.
And borrow money from a bank.
Yes, borrow money from a bank. And one more.
And he can open a telephone account.
In your name. Very good. Very good. That's exactly right. Those are the 4 things. What are 3 ways that thieves can get your personal information?
can get your personal information. He can search. They look through garbage
Absolutely. They look through garbage.
for paper, and they can steal purse and wallet.
They steal purses and wallets. And
Purses
how
and
else?
wallet. They can ask for personal information by phone or email.
Very good. Very good. Those are three main ways that thieves can get your personal information. They can do it by looking through garbage, by stealing purses and wallets, and asking for personal information by phone or email. The next question, complete the tips with information from the article. So now they're going to talk about these tips that they gave in the very last paragraph. Be careful when people ask you to give personal information by
phone, mail,
phone,
or email.
Mail or email. Very good. By phone, mail, or email. Tell your bank and credit card company when you change your
address.
Address. Very good. When you change your address. Don't keep your what in your purse or wallet?
Your social security number.
It says
Social
in
security
the
number.
tips, don't keep your social security card in your purse or wallet. So they don't put your social security card in your purse or wallet. Okay? And number 4, shred documents like
credit card
receipts, bank statements, and
medical papers.
Medical papers and bills before you throw them away. And the reason they say that is because your personal information is on those when you receive them in the mail. So after you've paid them and you don't need that anymore, you should shred them, not just throw them in the trash. Okay. And at the end is, what do you do to protect your identity? Is there something that you know that you do to keep your identity safe?
Yeah. Number 1, don't give out personal information by phone, mail,
Right.
or email.
Right.
Yeah.
There are a lot of telephone scams where people call you on the phone and ask for information, and it happens all the time. So never give them any personal information because you don't know who that is on the phone.
Okay.
So never give out your personal information on the phone. Very good. Yeah. And that happens all the time. There are a lot of people making phone calls to get your personal information. Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2, if you move, call your bank and credit card company and change your address.
Absolutely. Anybody who has your address, you need to make sure you call them and change your address. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah. Number 3, don't use your social security number as identification.
Very good. Don't keep those things in your wallet. All right, we're going to go back to our big book, Get to Know Someone. So go back to your big book on page 20. And they want to know, imagine you are meeting someone for the first time. In this country, here in the USA, what questions are okay to ask? So what questions do you think are okay to ask somebody you're meeting for the very first time? So this is the first time you meet them. What kind of things are okay to ask? Mm-hmm. Is it okay to ask, what do you do?
Yes.
Yes, it is. It is okay to ask, what do you do? What about, are you married?
No.
Probably not the first time you meet somebody.
Yeah.
As you get to know somebody, you might ask that question, but it's not something you would ask the first time you meet them. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
How old are you?
Sometimes.
Actually, that's okay with children, but it's
Yes.
not okay with adults.
Yes.
It's okay with children, but not okay with adults, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Children, it's very common to ask with children, how old are you or what grade are you in school? Those
Yeah.
kind of questions are okay for children, but not for adults, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Where are you from?
Yes.
Yes, that's an okay question to ask. Where are you from?
Yeah.
In the US, people are from different states here in
Yes.
the US. You're from Egypt. Is Egypt divided in different states or provinces? How do you describe those in Egypt?
Yeah. I'm from Cairo.
Cairo, okay. It's from a big city,
Yes.
very big city. Okay. So the next question is, where do you live?
Yes.
Actually, that's not a good question for the
Oh,
first time.
really?
When you
Okay.
first meet someone, maybe in an area like
Yeah.
here in Robertson County, you could say, I live in Coopertown, or I live in Greenbrier, or I live in Springfield. You're in Clarksville. Clarksville's not really divided into areas like that, is it? Well, I guess there's Sango.
Yes.
So you might say an area where you live,
Yeah.
but don't give them out your address.
Yes.
When you meet them the first time, that's not the kind of information you would tell somebody the first time you meet them. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
When you get to know them better, yes, it would be an okay question, but not the first time you meet them.
Yes. Good. Okay.
Do you have children?
No.
No, not really a good question to ask.
Yes.
Unless their children are with them, then you might say, are those your children? If they're there with you, it might be an appropriate question. But if you don't see children, that's not a good question to ask.
Good. Yes. Okay. Okay.
So it just depends on the situation. But usually, very personal questions, you don't ask the first time you meet somebody. They're okay later after you get to know somebody, but not the first time. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
They want you to listen, but again, I don't have it's difficult to do the CD and listen to the CD
Yeah.
on these video classes. So let's just talk about who these people are. It's obvious from the questions we can figure out who they are. And these are the same people that we were talking about in the last lesson that we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that the man is Victor. And we know that the two ladies are Tanya and Eva. And you can tell that just by reading the questions. And they're asking questions about each other as they're getting to know each other. So they've just met for the first time at a party, and they're asking questions to get to know each other better. So what's happening? I already told you, they're meeting. Victor and Tanya are meeting for the first time. You see how they're shaking hands? Do you see them shaking hands? That's an appropriate way to greet somebody when you first meet them, okay? What does Victor ask Tanya? He asks her, are you a student? Okay, that's one of the things he asked her. Are you a student? And that's an appropriate question, especially amongst friends, to say, are you a student? Do you go to school? Are you taking classes? And another thing that he might ask is, where are you from? So, like I've asked you, where are you from? You're from Cairo in Egypt. I was born in Denver, Colorado, but I grew up in Miami, Florida, which was a big city like Cairo. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
And another question that Victor would ask is, what's it like there? What is life like where you're from? Is it a big city? Did you live in an apartment? Those are the kinds of things you might ask somebody when you're trying to get to know them a little better. Okay?
Okay.
Miami is a big city, kind of like Cairo.
Yeah.
Big place.
Yeah.
Even though I was very close to the beach, I didn't go to the beach very often because it wasn't that big a deal when you live there. It's just part of where you live.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Right. So things that are right there where you live and where you grow up, and you just kind of take it for granted because you know it's there. but other people think that's a very big important thing because they didn't have that there all the time when they were growing up. So what was Cairo like for you, where you were living in Cairo?
Yeah, I live in near to the Corniche. Do you know what is the Corniche of Nile? The Nile River.
There's a lag in our video.
I was living beside the
So where did you live in Cairo? Did you live in the big city, or did you live out on the outskirts?
Yeah, in the big city, yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you go to school in Cairo?
I'm sorry, the voice is
I know our video's having a problem. I don't understand what
Yeah.
it is. It's lagging. I don't know what's wrong.
yeah, it's
Okay, let's go on. The next part is Tanya a student? And she is. That's true. So you can circle true. Tanya is a student. Eva is a student. True. They're both students in school. That's probably where they met and why they're friends, because they're both students at school. And Victor is from Ecuador, and that's false. He's not from Ecuador. I don't remember now from the audio where he was from, but he's not from Ecuador. The next question was, what is Victor's job? Victor is a cook in a restaurant. So you can write that down. Victor is a cook in a restaurant. Let's go over to the conversation at the top of page 21. There's a pronunciation watch. In the pronunciation watch, if you look at that box in the upper right corner, in English, the important words in a sentence are stressed. That means you say them a little bit more loudly. They're stressed. They are long and loud. In words with more than one syllable, only one syllable is stressed, usually. Sometimes two can be stressed if it's a really long word. I'm sorry, I was coughing, and I didn't want to cough in your ear. So listen to these sentences and then listen and repeat. So the question is, are you a student too? Can you repeat that? Are you a student too?
Are you a student too?
Very good, very good. No, I'm not.
Not?
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Very good. I work at a restaurant.
I work at a restaurant.
I'm a waiter.
I am a waiter.
Okay. They want you to mark the stressed words in these sentences, so listen as I read them and mark the stressed words with a dot over them, just like they did in the exercise above. So, nice to meet you. Which words are stressed in that? Nice.
Nice.
And nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. There's
nice
two.
to meet you.
Which words are stressed? Which word? No. Nice and meet. Nice and meet. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Very good. Where are you from?
From?
From, yes, and you. Where are you from? Where are you from? So you're going to put stress on you and from. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Very good. How about you?
About you.
You, just the you at the end.
Just you?
Right. And you'll notice whenever somebody asks a question, they usually raise their voice and stress the last word to show you that it is a question. So, where are you from? And how about you? Okay, how about you? Where are you from? And how about you? So when it's a question, you'll usually stress the last word in a question to show that you're asking a question.
Okay.
Okay, let's repeat this conversation. I want to introduce you to my friend. Now this is Eva speaking. She says, I want to introduce you to my friend. Can you repeat?
I want to introduce you to my friend.
Victor, this is Tanya.
Victor, this is Tanya.
Tanya, this is Victor.
Tanya, this is Victor.
Victor says, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you too.
So, are you a student?
So, are you a student?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Eva and I are in the same English class.
And I are in the same English class.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Really? What's it like?
Really? What's it like?
It's a very beautiful country.
It's a very beautiful country.
Okay, now they want you to do this and practice and how you would introduce two of your friends to each other. And it's hard for us to do that when it's just you and I, but I would say, Christine, I want to introduce you to my friend. And I would say, Christine, this is, I don't have a friend here, so, but whoever it is you're trying to introduce, and then you would say their name, just like they did in this conversation we just practiced.
Okay.
It's hard to do that when we only have you and I, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's turn over to page 22. And we're going to look at the grammar box at the top of the page. And I like grammar boxes because they teach you how to use words in English in the proper way, which is probably the most important thing you're going to learn. Now, we're in the big book still. We're still in the big book, Christine. We're not in the workbook yet.
Oh,
On page 22.
okay, I'm sorry.
Page
One?
22. Page 22.
Okay.
Turn over to page 22.
The grammar.
You see,
I love grammar.
grammar box, yes. Well, it helps you a lot to teach you the proper way to use words in English. They're very good for teaching you the right way to say things and ask for things. So in this one, this is the simple present tense of be, and be is a very difficult verb because it's an irregular verb and it can be used a lot of different ways, but it's not something that you just have to memorize how to use these words correctly because they don't happen the same way all the time. So we're going to ask yes and no questions about information. So the first question is, are you a student? And the answer is yes, I am, or no, I am not. Go ahead, you can repeat. Are you a student?
Are you a student?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
No, I am not.
No, I am not.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
The short answer, Ecuador, or you could say Egypt, or you could say Cairo. But
Yeah.
where are you from? And then you give a short answer.
Yeah.
Look at practice, letter A. Match the questions and answers. So they're giving you a question and there's a choice of answers on the right-hand side. The first one is, where is your family from? The correct answer is letter D, Brazil. Where is your family from? And the short answer is Brazil.
Brazil.
Number two, are they students? What would be a correct answer for the question, are they students?
A, letter A.
Letter
Yes,
A,
they
very
are.
good. Yes, they are. Letter A, very good. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Number three, what is your country like?
It's beautiful. It's F.
Very good. It's beautiful. Letter F. It's beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
number four, how old is your daughter?
She is 4.
Very good. She's 4. She's 4. Number five, are you from Russia?
Russia. No, I am not.
Very good.
I am.
Letter C,
C.
no, I am not. No, I'm not. See, they use the
No,
contraction I'm for I am. And either way is correct. No, I am not, or no, I'm not. Okay?
yeah.
And the last one, number six, what's your name?
I am Jennifer.
Yes, letter E. I'm Jennifer. Now in part B, they say read the answers and then write the question. So they're going to give you an answer and they want you to write the question for that answer. So in number one, my last name is Chow. The question would be, what is your last name? Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
In number two, the answer is Pei Ling's address is 240 Colson Drive. So what would be the question?
Uh, what is Pei Ling's address?
Very good, very good. So you would write that on the line. What is Pei Ling's address? Pei Ling's address is 240 Colson Drive. Number three, they're from Cuba.
Yeah. Where are they from?
Very good, very good. Where are they from? Very good. Where are they from? And number four, the answer is Peter is 24 years old. What is the question?
How old is Peter?
Yes, very good. How old is Peter? How old is Peter? Number five, yes, his sisters are tall. What would be the question?
Yeah. Are his sisters tall?
Yes, very good, Christine. Are his sisters tall? Are his sisters tall? Now, because sisters is plural, more than one, we use the form of to be are. We use are. Are his sisters tall? Yes, his sisters are tall.
Okay.
Number six, no, he's not outgoing. He's really shy.
Is he outgoing?
Very good, Christine. That's perfect. Is he outgoing? That's the question. Is he outgoing? No, he's not outgoing. He's really shy.
Yeah.
Number seven, Mike's phone number is 555-9874. What is the question?
Yeah. What is my phone?
Yes, what is Mike's phone number? What is Mike's phone number? Mike's phone number is 555-9874.
Phone number. Yes.
And number eight, yes, Ted and Chris are students.
Yeah. So the question is, are Ted and Chris students?
Yes, very good. Because it's two people, again, we're going to use are. Are Ted and Chris students? Yes, Ted and Chris are students.
Yeah.
Look over, though that's the review. So let's look at our workbook. In our workbook on page 12, again, this is lessons on getting to know someone. They want you to write questions and put the words in the correct order. So they're giving you the words to use in the question, but they want
Yeah.
you to word it in the correct order for it
Okay.
to be a question. So
Mhm.
number 1, is Pam friendly? So that's your first question. Is Pam
Yeah.
friendly? So they gave you all the words, but you need to put them in the right order.
Okay.
Number 2, what do you think that question will be?
Are Mr. and Mrs. Garcia from Mexico?
Very good. That's perfect. Are Mr. and Mrs. Garcia from Mexico? Are, because it's 2 people.
Yeah.
Are they from Mexico? Yes.
Mhm.
And number 3,
Are you married?
very good. Are you married? Are you married?
Are you married?
Yes. And number 4,
Um, where is your school?
very good. Where is your school? Where is your school?
Number 5. How old are the students?
Very good. How old are the students? How old are the students?
Number 6. Who is your teacher?
Very good. Number 6, who is your teacher? Who is your teacher? Number 7,
When is your birthday?
when is your birthday? Very good. When is your birthday? And number 8,
Yes. Number 8. What's your name?
what is your name? Very good.
What is
And
your
these
name?
are all good questions for when you're getting to know someone. Some of them you might not ask on the very first time. Some of them are not real polite. Like, you generally don't ask adults, how old are you? Okay, that's not generally a question that you would ask. But it's okay to say, when is your birthday? Because um, my students in the past have always been really, they think birthdays are very important. And we always did a birthday celebration for,
Oh,
for my birthday. All my students would take me out to lunch for my birthday.
yeah.
So that was a really fun time. But that's a good thing for when is your birthday? Of course, it just happened it was always at the very end of the school year. So it's kind of a celebration for all of us when we ended our classes too.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of a fun time. But when is your birthday is appropriate because that's just asking a day,
Yeah.
not how old you are. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Now complete the conversations. And these are forms of the verb to be. Use am, is, are, am not, isn't, or aren't.
Mm-hmm.
The first one says, are we late for class? No, we aren't.
Yeah.
We're on time.
Okay.
So go ahead and read that one out loud, Christine.
You want I read?
Yes.
Okay. Are we late for class? No, we aren't. We're on time.
Very good. And again, if you're not comfortable with contractions where you make the word shorter, it's perfectly okay to say the
Are.
words. No, we are not.
Yeah.
We are on time.
Good.
So
Okay.
saying the words is perfectly correct. It's not wrong.
Okay.
Contractions are one of the hardest things to learn when you learn a new language.
Okay.
So it's perfectly okay if you don't feel comfortable using a contraction. The language is still correct if you say, no, we are not. We are on time.
Okay.
Number 2, is the English class in room 12?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It is on the first floor.
It is on the first floor.
Hmm.
I have a piece of hair that's driving me crazy. So, is the English class in room 12? Yes, it is. It's on the first floor.
Yeah.
Number 3, are you in this class?
Uh, No, I am not.
Very good. No,
I
I
am.
am not. I'm in the morning class.
Yeah.
Yes, I am in the morning class. No, I am not. I'm in the morning class. Number 4, are your children outgoing?
No, they are not. They are shy.
Very good. They're shy. No, they are not. They're shy. Okay, number 5, is Sun from China?
No, he isn't. He is Vietnam.
Yes, yes, correct. No, he is not. No, he isn't. He's from Vietnam.
Yes.
Number 6, are you the teacher?
Yes, I am. My name is Mr. Jordan.
Very good. Yes, I am. My name is Mr. Gordon. Yes, I
Gordon.
am. My name is Mr. Gordon. Very good. Number 7.
Are Mr. and Mrs. Park talkative?
Talkative. Very good. Talkative.
Talkative?
Are Mr. and Mrs. Park talkative?
Yes, they are. They are very outgoing.
Very good. Yes, they are. They're very outgoing. Very good. Over to the top of page 13. Read the answers and complete the questions. So they started the questions for you,
Okay.
and they want you to finish writing the question. So number 1 says, where is Ernesto from? Ernesto is from Chicago. And number two, you have to read the answer first. My phone number is 845-555-4398. So what would be the question?
Is what's your phone number?
Very good. What is your phone number? What is your phone number? Number 3, the answer is English class is at 2 o'clock. What is the question?
When is the English class?
Very good. When is the English class? When is the English class? English class is at 2 o'clock. Number 4, the answer is my daughter is 8 years old. What is the question?
How old is your daughter?
Very good. How old is your daughter? How old is your daughter? My daughter is 8 years old. Number 5, my country is very beautiful.
What is your country's look?
Very good. What is your country like?
Like, yes.
What is your country like?
What is your? Yes.
My country is very beautiful. And number 6, the answer is I'm from El Salvador. What is the question?
Where are you from?
Very good. Perfect. Where are you from? The answer is I'm from El Salvador. The question is, where are you from? Very good. Let's go down to exercise D. Imagine you are meeting a new classmate. What questions could you ask? Write 3 yes or no questions and 3 information questions using the verb to be. Now remember the verb to be, if you want to refer back in your book to the grammar box on the top of page 22 so that you use it correctly, it's the form of the verb to be, but the words are and am depending on who you're talking to. So you're meeting someone for the first time. What are 3 questions with a yes or no answer that you could ask?
Okay.
Can you tell me a question?
Are you outgoing?
Very good. Very good. That's a very good question. Are you outgoing? Yes, I am. I'm very outgoing. So you would write the question, where are you outgoing? And the answer would be yes, I am. okay?
I have to write here in the workbook.
Are you outgoing? Yes, I am. Again, you're writing questions that have a yes or no answer. So your answer is yes, I am. So the question is, are you outgoing? Yes, I am.
Yes.
What's another question you could ask that would have a yes or no answer?
Are you from Russia?
Okay, are you from Russia? No, I am not. Are you from Russia? No, I am not.
From Russia? No, I am not.
And one more yes or no question. How about something like, do you have children? As we get to know people better, it would be an appropriate question to ask. Do you have children? Yes, I do. I have 3 or I have 2. Okay?
Okay.
So that might be another yes or no question.
Do you have children?
Now you need 3 information questions. And a very good information question is, where are you from? So where are you from?
Yeah.
I am from Egypt. Okay? I might say
Yeah.
I'm from Florida because that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
What's another good information question? If you're meeting a student and you want to know their phone number, you might ask, what is your phone number?
Yeah,
That's a good information question, especially with students. A lot of times my students share their phone numbers with each other so they can text each other or meet with each other sometimes out of class. So a lot of times my students will ask that, what is your phone number? Okay?
Yeah.
Another good information question. Can you think of another good information question?
Yes. What is your address, or is this not a good?
That's not usually something you would ask. How about, what is your country like?
Yes.
That would be a very good one, especially when you're from different places.
Yes.
I have a lot of students, or did last year, that are from Mexico. I had a student from Puerto Rico. I've had students from El Salvador.
Wow.
I had a student from China. So it depends. You can have students from lots of different places. So you might say, what is your country like? Especially my students from Mexico and South America. I had one from, I can't remember the name of the country now. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, they tell me things about their country that are very unique to the place where they lived when they were in their country. So what is your country like?
Yeah, okay.
A lot, if I were going to go and visit Cairo, I might ask you, what are some things I need to see if I went to Cairo?
Yeah.
Like, you need to go see the pyramids, okay?
Yes.
Or something like that. So there's some things in different places you might go where you would say that's something that you need to go and see, okay? All right, at the bottom, it says make it personal. Look at the questions you wrote above and answer the questions about yourself. So we already did pretty much the yes and no questions, and we pretty much did the others, but you could write answers to those questions down here in the bottom. So I don't remember all the questions we asked, but if you wrote a question, you could write the answer down here at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, okay.
There's one more thing I'd like to cover before we end the class today. It's the review, the chapter review. Since we've done all of chapter 1, let's go to the review. And I don't do all of the review, but a lot of these things are really good exercises to go over and review what we've learned and what we've covered in this first unit.
It is in the big box.
Page 23. Page 23. 23.
Okay.
At the top of the page, it says complete the conversations. it says, write the correct forms of the words in parentheses. So they've given you some words in parentheses and they want you to write the correct form on the line. So letter A says, excuse me, are you Anthony Jenkins? And the answer is no, I'm not. Or no, I am not. Anthony is the tall guy over there. So first you're asking the question, are you Anthony Jenkins?
Yeah.
And the answer is no, I am not.
No.
Anthony is the tall guy over there.
Yeah. Anthony is the tall guy over there. Okay.
Very good. And guy is kind of a slang form of the man over there or the young man over there. The guy. It's just another way to say that person over there. The next one is he has, very good. He has short dark hair. He has short dark hair. And again, if you struggle with any of these, you can go back to your grammar boxes throughout this unit. And the grammar boxes give you very good examples of how to use these verbs in these sentences.
Okay.
Oh, I see him, thanks. All right, let's go down to number 2. You look familiar.
Is a student as the English language?
Okay, what goes in the blank is are.
Sorry.
Are you a student
Yes.
at the English Language Center? So what goes in the blank is are you. Are you a student in the English Language Center? The response is yes,
Yes, I am.
Very good.
I am in level 2.
Very good. I am in level 2. Very good. Yes, I am. I am in level 2. Me too.
Who is your teacher?
Very good. Who is your teacher? Very good. Who is your teacher? And the response, Ted Graham.
Ted Graham, he is a really good teacher.
Very good. He is a really good teacher. Yeah, Ted Graham, he is a really good teacher. In part B, it says complete the sentences, underline the correct words. So this is about these 2 girls in this picture on the right. And the first one, my name is Ellen.
I am
18 years old. This is my sister. Go ahead, you read it. That's fine.
Okay. This is my sister, Isabel. We are twins.
Very good. We are twins.
As you can see, we look alike.
Yes, as you can see, we look alike.
We look alike.
Yes, we look alike.
My hair is long and brown.
Yes.
My hair is long and brown.
And my sister's
hair is too.
Very good. And my sister's hair is too. T-O-O. And my sister's hair is too. We both
have brown eyes.
Yes.
I am not tall. I am not tall.
Very good. That's correct.
And my sister isn't either.
Very good. Very good. I am not tall and my sister isn't either. I am not tall and my sister isn't either. They're twins, so their physical appearance is the same. Okay?
Yes.
Now we're going to talk about things that are different. We are very similar.
Yeah. But we are not alike in every way.
Very good, but we are not alike in every way.
My sister is talkative.
Yes.
Talkative.
But
I am quiet.
Yes, my sister is talkative, but I am quiet.
Yeah. My sister is outgoing, but I am shy.
Very good. My sister is outgoing, but I am shy.
My sister is always cheerful, uh, but I am sometimes moody.
Very good. My sister is always cheerful, but I am sometimes moody.
Oh, uh, and one more difference. I am sweet, uh, but my sister is bossy.
One more difference. I am sweet, but
Right?
my sister is bossy.
Bossy.
And then at the very end, she says, "Don't tell my sister I wrote that." She doesn't want her sister to know that she called her bossy.
You wrote that, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Um, these other things are things you can read through and look at, act it out, read and react, but they're not really exercises that we can do together. Next week we will start in Unit 2. Okay.
Okay.
Over on page 25.
Yeah.
We'll start with the vocabulary and the questions, the preview on page 25 next week in our regular lesson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's
Yes,
very
please,
good to
Miss
have
Elsa.
you. Very good to have you in my class, Christine. I enjoy
Oh,
visiting with you.
I'm so happy with you, Miss Elsa. Thank you for it. But please, could you
I'm sorry.
write the website so can I review what we did? Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you asked.
Yes, I'm asking about the website for the recording video, or how can I listen and
How can you see the class again?
yes.
Let me try it. I'll type the. I'm going to type it in the chat window for you.
Okay, please.
The I think the website is RCBATN, and you want to look for ELL level 2. I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but go to the RCBATN website.
Yeah.
And look for the level 2. Now there's an evening class that Miss Belita teaches, and her class is very different than my class. So you might want to look at it and see what you think, but she doesn't use the book like I do. So if you want to use the book, you would need to look at my class. But she does teach things that are very helpful, and you might want to look at her class too to see the way she's teaching her class.
Okay. So I will go to this website and I will try. Yes. Okay.
RCBATN is the website, and then look for ELL level 2. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You're welcome
Thank
to
you,
look
Miss
at
Elsa.
any of. You're welcome to look at any of those classes that you see, just to see how they're different. That might be a very interesting thing to compare. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Miss Elsa.
Thank you, Christine. I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.